Adventure Island for the Game Boy. This is a side-scrolling platformer action game. I found this at the flea market this weekend for 25 cents. For a video I made earlier this week, I captured a little bit of gameplay footage discussing it, and I thought, wow, this is a really fun game. So I decided that I would spend some time with it and do a video review. So after sitting down with it and playing 3/4 of the way through the game, I like to let people know if I've beat it or not. So there's 8 worlds. I made it to the 6th world, or I beat the 6th world. So there are 2 stages left. The first half of the game was really easy, and I started racking up extra guys. I played through at least the first third to a half of the game on a single guy on a blind playthrough. And I thought, well, I mean, it was fun, but this is a little easy. But after the halfway point, it starts to pick up. It gets a little more challenging. And at that 3/4 of the way through the game, it does start to get more difficult. And that's where I started burning through my guys, and I went through a couple of continues. But I ran out of time to play games, so I'm going to have to come back to this later this weekend. But I did really enjoy it. So as you go through the game, you can take certain items and stash them for later. So I would recommend early on in the game picking up some of the dinosaur buddies, which you can find by cracking open eggs, and there'll be a little card with like a card suit, like a heart, a diamond, a spade, a club, stuff like that. And that'll give you a little lightning dinosaur, a fire-breathing dinosaur, a flying dinosaur, or the swimming Loch Ness Monster type dinosaur. So you can cruise around with your dinosaur buddies, or you can hold on to them for later when the game starts to get more difficult. Because when you do die later in the game and you jump into the action with the Master Higgins that doesn't have any axes, and he doesn't have any, fire-breathing dinosaur buddies, the game gets a lot tougher towards that, end game. So I've been aware of the Adventure Island series, but I've never played it on the Nintendo because it looks like it's way too fast and way too difficult, and it looked like something that would frustrate me. So I've never, sat down with it. But because this game's designed for the original Game Boy, which is kind of hard to see, the action couldn't be too fast. So I felt that this was just right. Albeit I was playing the entire time on a Super Game Boy 2 on a big, fat CRT, it felt just right to me. But now that I've had a little bit of experience with Master Higgins cruising around on a skateboard and throwing some stone axes, I find myself really wanting to get into those Nintendo titles. So I would highly recommend this for the Game Boy. If you come across it for the right price, definitely pick it up and add it to your collection. This is a fun game. I cannot wait till this weekend when I can sit down, get a little bit of uninterrupted time, and beat this bad boy. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to, check that off on my game collection spreadsheet as a game that I've beat. And I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for the rest of the Adventure Island games for the Nintendo. I would highly recommend this game. There's something just very charming to me about the graphics. Master Higgins looks like the perfect video game character. A chubby little cave dude with a ball cap cruising around on a skateboard. What's not to love? Highly recommended. Check this one out.